Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, with that being said, jumping into the daily chart, if you haven't seen the previous Theta update, I would suggest you check that out before watching this one so you have more context. Now, it's going to be in the top right-hand section of your video. There's going to be a card. Click on that, watch the previous update, then come back to this one, because I'm not going to be mentioning most of the stuff that I talk about in the previous update for the sake of keeping the video not too long. Now, obviously, daily chart, inverse head and shoulders pattern playing out. The white line is the neckline. We break out from that. We have a very, very nice target for ourselves sitting at $15. So if I just take a trend line and take it all the way down to where the head is, then place it at the neckline, that gives us a target of the previous all-time high for Theta. And that's bullish in itself. We have broken through this beige trend line that I have set up over here. And we're going to take a look at these resistance trend lines on the Binance chart in a couple of minutes. But as you can see, you had a little fake out over here, and you broke out, then you broke back down, couldn't really, hold this line as support. So we're coming back down to the 20 EMA, which is great. We had our bullish cross that I've been talking about in the previous two Theta updates. So there is your confirmation of your uptrend, right? That bullish cross where the 20 EMA crosses above the 55 EMA. As you can see, $6.20 was a price that I give you as a nice support level. From there to where we got, that's a 38% trade that you could have had for yourself. But obviously, if you were looking for a quick trade, right? But if you're dollar cost averaging, then for example, from this $6.20 all the way to our target at $15, that's 153% gain. Now that's a bit better than 38%, wouldn't you say? So yeah, and by the end of the bull market, if you're being kind of conservative, you could look at $30, and $40 would be $40.50 would be the 1.618 on this Fibonacci retracement that I have set up from the swing high in April to the swing low in July. And as you can see, the 1.618 is sitting at $40.50, and that's only after you start breaking above and closing above this swing high over here, right? Only then that target becomes valid, and only then we're going to be in that technical target. So it's all about breaking the highs, holding support, and breaking resistance. Now, jumping into the RSI, you can see that we've broken out of this RSI resistance, right? So you were consolidating over here, and coming up, you broke above. What seems to be happening right now is you went back tested it as support, and now you're on your way, right? And you can even hold this as support and come back, get overextended here. That's your take profit area in December and late November. That's where I would potentially start taking profits, because you can see that when you get to that area like that, there's a higher chance that you're going to get a pullback. So maybe sell 50% at 75 on the index, then sell another 35% at 85 on the index, and maybe leave like 15%, to ride it out in case we do get overextended to those higher fib levels. For example, if you sell 20% at $30, 30% at $40, and leave the other 30% or 30 or 40% to ride out until the second fib level at $72.50. If we get there. I'm not saying we're going to get there. I'm not saying that you should do that. I'm not a financial advisor. Just giving you some options of how I would have done it, right? So now let's jump into Binance. Okay, now jumping into Binance, obviously we are in this symmetrical triangle, but you can see that the triangle itself is pink, right? Or purple, one could say. But you still do have this yellow resistance line, and this yellow resistance line has had, let's count together. One touch, second touch. I hate when that happens with the eclipse where I click it and it doesn't bring it up. Third, fourth touch, and now just a couple of days ago, and that happened again. And now just a couple of days ago, we had our fifth touch, as you can see. So 5 touches, we got rejected from that zone, right? what happened is we broke above the pink line, we got rejected from the yellow line, and now we're back below the pink line. So we're holding support on $7.47. If we go any lower, then $7 would be a very, very nice place to put some buy orders in. Now, one thing that I do not want to exclude is the possibility of us coming back down all the way down to the lower support line of the pink triangle, right? Because why would that happen? If Bitcoin had a pullback, obviously the altcoins would follow soon. So you may potentially have a bounce over here. So $5.50, $5.80 around this area would be a nice place to put some buy orders in, because like I said, nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows where we're going. But historically, November is the most bullish month in all of crypto. So I do expect some nice gains in November, but be careful if we get a pullback, if centralized exchanges want to liquidate some positions, some over leveraged dudes and girls on the market, and you can take advantage of the pullbacks by just dollar cost averaging. So yeah, we're looking at $18.93 as a breakout target from this pink horizontal. Okay, if we jump into the Stochastic Rsi, you can see that we started reversing the trend. Now, I think this is what I was talking about over here. And I think I talk about this pretty much in every video. What can happen is you get overextended on the Stochastic Rsi and you think to yourself, wait, nice, I'm going to take profits. And that's pretty much technically correct, because here you're overextended, overbought. You take profits, you start coming back down on the Stochastic, and you think to yourself, hey, I'm going to wait till I get back down here, which is technically right, till I get oversold, and then I'm going to buy back in, which is technically a perfect plan. But what ends up happening sometimes is you start reversing the trend midway down, right? And you get overextended once again, so you have another wave up, basically. And you never can predict when that happens, but you can look at the Stochastic RSI and see when the lines start curling up. And when you see that happen, potentially you just want to buy back in at this price, at the current price that it's sitting at, because there's a chance that we're coming back up here, right? And since we are in a bull market, anything can happen. So yeah, manage your risks, guys. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. If we take a look at the MACD over here, as you can see, we had an EMA squeeze over here, October 28th, 29th, and that acted sort of as a bullish cross, right? But as you can see, the MACD is a bit overextended. We're going to be getting overextended on a lot of projects coming in November and December, guys. So this is going to be our normal kind of MACDs and RSIs for the near future, at least for the next 2 months. So getting overextended like this doesn't mean the price is going to come back down, but this is just something to factor in, that the MACD, the moving average, is overextended from the signal line. So keep that in mind, right? The RSI still looks healthy. We bounced off this support. Now we're looking to come to the overextended. And one thing you want to keep in mind as well is the weekly chart, right? You want to look at the weekly chart and see until you're overextended here on the weekly chart. Only then I would start thinking about taking profits, but that's just me, right? But you have to factor in Bitcoin as always. If your project isn't overextended enough for you, right? It isn't at the targets that you want it to be, but Bitcoin is already like screaming a pullback, then you should probably take profits on your altcoins, because Bitcoin's going to pull the market. Now, what ends up happening sometimes as well, and what happened in the last bull market, is that when Bitcoin got to its top, right, it had the blow off top, and for the next, I think, couple of weeks, when Bitcoin was going down, the liquidity was flowing into altcoins, and that was the massive alt season that a lot of altcoins saw. So when Bitcoin was correcting or consolidating, the altcoin season started, and that's usually when the altcoin season happens. But in this case, if it's going to be the blow off top for Bitcoin, that doesn't necessarily mean that all the altcoins are going to go into the correction just yet, right? They're going to go into the correction regardless, but not just yet. And you can see that when the Bitcoin will be going down, some of the altcoins may start rising. For example, that can happen with XRP, and I think that happened with XRP last bull market. So yeah, those are just my thoughts and opinions, guys, and nothing I say is financial advice. If I missed anything out on the charts, please let me know. We do have a lot of bullish patterns playing out, horizontals, inverse head and shoulders. We're breaking resistance across the board on the RSI, and on the price action, we've just pretty much broken some resistance levels here. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.